Voting isn't just going to the polls anymore on election day. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote is a tool created by Democracy Works, and it breaks down the options your state offers by forecasting a ballot, empowering you to decide where and when to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote takes the guesswork out of the voting process. It is easy to use and helps folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. It is committed to helping you vote no matter what. You can use the How to Vote tool to sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your mail-in ballot, check your voter registration status, and find your local polling site, and make sure that you have an appropriate ID to bring with you. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote.
Hello and welcome to the formal review. Today, we will be looking at the 2018 film, Unsane. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the review.
Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Andre, I'm the critic for Box Office Buzz, and today we'll be talking about a film that I hadn't seen in theaters but finally got around to watching. Now, as with all the reviews, there will be some spoilers to discuss the film as a whole. However, I will be refraining from giving away too much, and also I don't want to ruin the movie for you, so if you haven't seen it, please go watch the film, come back and listen. Or if you really don't care, keep on listening. Unsane is a psychological horror film that was shot, edited, and directed by Steven Soderbergh, the man behind the Ocean's films, Magic Mike, and more recently, Logan Lucky. Now, this film stars Claire Foy, Joshua Leonard, Jay Farrell, Juno Temple, Amy Mullins, and Amy Irving. This movie follows Sawyer Valentini, played by Foy, who is a troubled bank analyst who traveled to a new city in Pennsylvania to escape a stalker from her old home in Boston. After she has a nervous breakdown after a date, she looks up a mental health counselor to talk to. During this first meeting, she does admit to some thoughts of occasional suicide, and then unknowingly signs a release, voluntarily committing herself to spend 24 hours in the psych ward. She tries to call the police, but because she has signed the release form, they cannot do anything. The film essentially follows her trying to keep on saying that she is not insane and needs to be let go. However, as with any catch-22 scenario, the more someone insane says they're not insane, makes them think that they're more insane. And it doesn't help that she thinks that she is seeing her stalker that followed her from Boston, David Strine, played by Leonard, in every moment, who apparently has gotten a job at the asylum to become close to her. However, as she protests it, obviously he denies it because he has a different name tag, and such, she is looked on to being more insane than she actually is. And this is what the film essentially tries to persuade you one way or the other, whether she actually is insane or whether she is sane and everything is telling the truth. It is this David person really there. And what makes this film very interesting is from the production side of it by Soderbergh. Now, Soderbergh has been known to do a lot of everything behind the camera, writing, producing, directing, editing, everything pretty much under the sun when it comes to his films, and this one doesn't stray away from that. Now, Soderbergh in this film chose to shoot the entirety of the film on an iPhone 7 Plus. Now, this adds for some really cool perspectives and kind of makes it feel similar to a documentary type of film, and also kind of adds a little bit more of a realistic stalker feel to it. One of the really cool things is getting all the different angles that he was able to get with this small camera. As the film follows Sawyer around, you get to see these different angles, and then through these different angles and through each of the scenes, Foy as Sawyer is able to portray a lot of different emotions, whether it's scared, angry, extremely pissed off, and I think she does a really good job. And I also think that Leonard as the mysterious potential David Strine does a fairly good job. It kind of sort of becomes a smaller version of a Nurse Ratched. What makes her different from him is that you don't know if that's actually him or if it's the guy that's on the name tag, which then goes into one of the biggest flaws that I had with this film, is that debating which one it was seemed fairly obvious to me, and that kind of took away the thriller aspect of this film. In addition, I also feel that with that iPhone filming doesn't always work. While it does provide the cool aspects that I already talked about, it's kind of makes it feel flat, and colors aren't really popping. The darks are really dark. I think you can tell at times that this is an iPhone being used, and that for me took a lot away from it. And when you have a plot that's kind of easy to figure out whether the protagonist is insane or not, and then the filming kind of takes away a little bit from it. I mean, one character in the film that felt just a typical Soderbergh type of cameo, and frankly that took away from the film as well. It makes the film just okay. I mean, it was thrilling at certain parts. The acting is decent. From the production side of it, it looks good at times. It has good acting, but honestly, it falls flat, and I don't know if I would rewatch it again. So it's a good film, and I would say watch it maybe once to see what you feel about it. But overall, I think that it's only good and definitely not worth rewatching. And I'd give this movie 3 out of 5 bow ties. Now tell me what you thought of the film. Did you like it? Did you find the ending kind of confusing, or was it easy for you to figure out? You can talk to me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all the same URL, at The Formal Review. And if you want, check out Box Office Buzz for more up-to-date movie news and also some of my written reviews. And I'll see you at the movies. Take care, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Formal Review. We hope you'll join us again.